One will tell you because he's watching football every day, I want to become a footballer. And you allow him live through that as long as you are still giving him the education. It's a faith that will pass. They will realize at some point, okay. They will drum in your house, they will turn everything to drum. But they will outgrow it at some point. But you as a parent, you have the responsibility to actually discover. Just like when you look at people working under you, it's your responsibility to be able to place them in a position where they will function the best. That's the same way we also need why the talent that our kids have. That's the same way we need to live by the talent that the youth have. You will only perform best at something you are gifted to do. If you are struggling to do something, it's not your way. I'm not saying you should give up at the first resistance. You are not saying you should give up at the first level of resistance. But if you look at the things you are gifted to do, those are the things you put minimal effort and you get the right maximum satisfaction from and maximum result from. Those are your ways. But if you are struggling every step of the way, you need a wake-up call. That's not where you should be. Your fulfillment is not in the abundance of what you have. Your fulfillment is you doing what makes you happy and makes you realize your dreams. Everybody needs to have a dream. And without a dream, you need to conceptualize whatever you need to do. If you don't conceptualize, you can be daydreaming till you die. It will remain a daydream. You can lay there and think, that means infinity, I'm going to run this at some point. But if you are not moving, the infinity you will write it for only your dreams. Sooner than later, they too will get tired. Why don't you learn to feed yourself? Why don't you ask your parents, rather than asking for money to do things that you need? Why don't you talk to them, the ones that have the wherewithal? You don't need $1 million to start a good business. Some people have started with 30,000 in this present day and age, and they've made a success of it. Some people have started with less, and they've made a success of it. But part of what is in our mentality now is if we don't start big, we are not starting at all. Who is going to give you? I'm going to give my phone to someone that has no experience, that doesn't even know what he or she is talking about. Money to go and start big. It's not going to happen. That mindset needs to change. They say don't despise your little business. Now go there as a billionaire in dollars today, started with $100,000. He's a billionaire in dollars today. If you are telling me where to become one people, and they don't give you $2 million, banks will know how to get. $1,000 will take. And you don't blame them. You give me loan, I can go and buy a second wife. And the answer, how do you want to be produced? Is this issue that you want to be selling? How do you want to pay back the loan? And it's because we don't have the credit history, we don't have the database of credit. You can make at the small scale and medium enterprise, they take out their loans. But when you don't have a track record of paying back, nobody will entrust you with their money. That's why you have so much money sitting in their vaults, nobody to lend it to. Because by their foundation and accommodation, you don't qualify to get it. That's why the fact that you approach the small institutes, you collect small loans and pay back. But there's no history. And without that, there's so much capital or credit creation that can be made that we're actually not taking advantage of. And we need to start thinking. Some people say think outside the box, but even if you think within the box and rearrange the box to suit the situation. We have education in Nigeria that is not useful to the local community. Why don't you rearrange that education to make it useful? So that if the things we need, we are actually being educated about. And we are broadening our minds by doing that. So that we can look at situations around us and see how we can make those situations better. Then we see an education that is diverse from the society. We see an education that is not relevant to what we are actually looking for in the labor market. Like I said, it's not bad as we think it is bad. But if you have the skills, I know people that have never been unemployed for months. Before they are done with school, people are calling them to come. In fact, when they left, they will call them to please come back. Or not to go there. Is it an increase in pay that you can? How many people can say they have worked in an organization and when they were about to leave, they didn't want them to go, they still let their stuff for them? It's the skills that you have that will make you relevant. It's the skills that you have that will make you useful. If they say they no longer need those skills, that doesn't make you a failure. All you have to do is look at how to use those things that you have gained for your own gain. That's what you need to start looking inwards and look at the deposits that are inside you. You need to start looking at the values you have. You need to start looking at if you are in tune with your emotions. Are we just going to school, or we are going to school to get educated? Are we self-educating ourselves, or we still want to run through the forward of the school? We are done. What game do we play to store our brain, our thinking, in our sentence? Do we have any form of relaxation with it? Do we actually relax? It's not from the jumping of buttons around that you get an idea that will scream up. It's from your quiet moments. From the things you see on a daily basis when you walk around, it's from those quiet moments that you actually come up with solutions to the problems you encounter on a daily basis. We all meet problems on a daily basis, but why are we not thinking about solving those problems? And of course, university should develop curriculum for creators, not creators. Right now, they've created the curriculum for creating states. Not useful, but most of them in Nigeria. Take it to the job market, it won't work. Take it, put it on the job, it won't work. Most of the things that have been done, they have expired a long time ago. And when our lecturers are now actually updating themselves, what do they want to teach me? And these are the things, these are parts of the problems to settle us. And these are problems that we need to find solutions to. And if they find the solution to these problems, our employment will like. Let's stop waiting for government or people to do stuff for us. Let's start looking inwards and doing things for ourselves. This is an interesting diagram. How your reality changes. This is from Plato's Allegory of the Cave. At some point they were prisoners. They were fighting in the outside world. And that's the world, that's the light. That's the fire. All they see will be reflections of reality. They don't know what is their reality. For a prisoner escapes that reality and actually sees reality as it is, then he gets the light. He starts viewing things from a different perspective. If you've not had different experiences, you will keep having that myopic reality. It's only when you confront different realities that you now actually know what reality will be, not your illusion of reality. And I would like to leave us with this note, that formal education will only earn you a living. It's only self-education that will earn you a fortune. Thank you.
On this day, after the main speaker's lecture, there are other professionals on ground who went on excursion to buttress some points of the speaker. They all shared their experiences with the audience in the lecture. Ms. Yetunde Bamboye has this to say.
So my name is Yetunde Bamboye once again, and I'm a fashion designer. The name of my brand is Yecho's Lane, gotten from my name. I'm Yetunde Rosemary, so I just got added it together and then included the name. That's the fashion name. So let me just start by my secondary education, my education in general. I schooled in Ibadan. I've always lived in Ibadan. I'm from a state, but I've always lived in Ibadan. My parents live in Ibadan. Yeah, so I went to Ghana with my parents to that in Selele, and then from there I went to Queen's School, Apata. Then from there I went to Western College of Ibadan. That's the science school, because my mom wanted me to just study science and all. So that was how it went. And then after school, you know the way the jam is necessary. I wrote it like I stayed at home for a year